Morning, folks. Welcome back to this damp, miserable Monday. Got quite a lot to go through today, so it could be quite a long one. But before I start, I'd like to say hi to a new sub, Nolly D. Ladies across the pond in America. She quite often drops in on Pap, and she was in last night and she subbed. So, hi Molly, whatever the whatever the time is over there at the moment that you see this. Welcome. Hope you enjoy what we do. I'll drop a link to her channel in the description below at the end there. So go and check her out, guys. So now the government. Here we go again. They say they want to take a back step out of people's lives and put more of the responsibility back in our hands. Now, in my opinion, this is just another way of saying that if anything goes wrong or anything that goes wrong from actions in the past, it's our fault. They're just, that statement is just trying to shift the blame onto us for anything that goes wrong. But mainstream media reported this, but what they weren't saying was Sunak, wishy-washy, also said they were going to tighten the purse strings. Here it comes. Here comes the boom. Particularly in the business sector, where you can guarantee that will carry over to benefits and rebates, whatever. You can guarantee that they're going to take money back out of it. And the business sector will have to do more work for themselves, involved with local councils, business rates, taxes, whatever. I don't understand all that crap. I don't go into it. Saying that they forked out enough in support over the last 2 years with furlough and business support. And well, a lot of that to businesses was actually loans. So they would have had to have paid it back at some point anyway. But they forget that the billions that they wasted, nobody's talking about that anymore. You know, unused Nightingale hospitals that cost out God knows how many billion. Hospital equipment that was unfit for purpose. An NHS app that cost billions that they knew wouldn't work. They were told it wouldn't work, but they went ahead with it anyway. And then, of course, there's the millions upon millions that just disappeared, you know. Maybe that's a counting error. But they're coming up with this. And the test centres, why are you still wasting millions paying people to man these test centres when you're doing away with legal isolation? There is no need to have them anymore, because it doesn't matter whether you're positive, negative, you don't have to isolate. So what's the bloody point? It's laughable. It really is. And I've got to go to it, and old sad git, the of London. He said over the weekend that the new commissioner, whoever, faces an uphill struggle to sort out the Met. Now, this basically mirrored what Useless Patel said last week. But then we've got someone who's actually stood out, believe it or not, from the Shadow Home Secretary, and said exactly what we've been saying. It's not just the Met. It's the whole bloody force that needs reformed. It's, you know, and it's coming to the fore now with the freedom of information. Everybody's got a camera. And they're being exposed more and more. And nobody does more to put this out there than PAP, Police Abusing Powers. His link's always in the description below. Now, if he collated every bit that he could find every day, I reckon he could run a 24/7 stream and not run out of material. Even the people that used to trust them now mistrust them since they've been exposed, since it's being put out there. And they've created, by their actions, a society of fear and mistrust. Now, surely that's what the police are there to prevent. You know, they've just gone. They've lost their way years ago, but now it's getting worse. They're trying to turn into what I can see a military force rather than a police force. Not one of them comes out on the street now without some sort of weapon strapped to his belt. You know, they look like walking bloody Swiss Army knives, some of them. But I'll leave that there, because you know how they wind me up. In Ukraine, we look at the rest of the world. We've got the Ukraine now. You know, our minister's saying invasion could be imminent, highly likely at any time. And I mean I'm just sitting back and just waiting, because at the moment it's just saber rattling from both sides. Putin has put his guys there, and I think, this is my opinion, he's testing the West's reaction to it, and also he knows how much and how many billions of pounds and dollars that this is costing the West to send equipment there, and, you know, he's not stupid. And then we've got, getting back over to here, good old Blighty. The channel paddlers have been a bit quiet of late, although one or two are still risking it. Border Force reported 11 or something coming in. Although we've all seen on mainstream media or wherever you look now, there was 20 odd in a boat. Whether they stole a yacht or not, I don't know, but they reckon one of them that got away and hasn't been caught, I think there was 4, was actually one of the people smugglers who actually stole the boat and brought these people over. Now, they're still at large. And also over the weekend, there was a boat that sank with 37 people on, which I believe were channel paddlers. But they were all rescued, no loss of life, by the French and returned to France. I don't think it happened very far offshore, but that's all I've heard about that one, and I can't confirm it. I've just heard about that one. But New Zealand, oh my Lord. Now, old Shergar over there, Arden, has basically gone communist by the sounds of things. She's had them pulling all sorts of things, and, you know, the restrictions have just been way over the top. You know, locked the whole country down because of one case, things like that. So New Zealanders are kicking up a bit now. Well, quite a bit, if I'm honest. Not quite as big as the Canadians are, respect to you guys, but they're kicking up, and they've got a camp, one of these, they call it the Freedom Camp, whatever, outside the Parliament. Now, their authorities thought, right, okay, we'll use psychological warfare and they've been playing music on a 15-minute loop of Barry Manilow and one or two others over loudspeakers. And they think this is going to drive the people insane and drive them away. So, well, what did the protesters do? They jumped up every time the music came on and started dancing and singing. So there you go, Sugar. You provided the entertainment. How about sending them some pizza and a few tinnies? Let's party properly. But it just shows the ridiculousness of this all. You know, especially Trudeau over there in Canada. I mean, he got the job for being nothing but a party rich playboy. He inherited the job basically off his father, who wasn't much better apparently. But I'll end with today with you've all heard of Alex Belfield getting pulled down off YouTube now. Lots of different stories going about. Now, from what I can gather and what I've heard, what I've been told, he has a 2-week ban, not a 90-day ban as people were reporting. The 2-week ban is under the 90-day rule. If you get a second strike within 90 days of a first strike, then you are banned for 2 weeks. And I know that for fact because my last ban was for 2 weeks for a second strike. So that's what that is. It's been reported of being over all sorts of things. The main one is Carol Vorderman, who he does pick on rather a lot, but there again, she has got rather a lot to pick on, hasn't she? I won't say any more than that, otherwise I'll be as bad as him. But apparently it's been reported that that's where it came from, not the other stories about BLM or anything like that. That was the main one that I have found. Now, yeah, he's a YouTuber. He's a very, very popular YouTuber. And some of the videos he does are interesting. But it's plainly obvious that he is a showman and a businessman. Now, he's saying now, I think it was Andy the Gabby Cabby put a video out for him this morning, where he was saying that he's going to go online, he's going to create his own server or whatever it is you do, and people would pay £1 a week to watch. Well, no, I wouldn't. Certainly not. But he does get quite a lot of donations. To the point now where I think he's got 300,000 for his fight against the BBC in court. Well, that's all down to his donations and his subscribers. Although he has got a fair bit of his own money, apparently. But if you think he's got 500,000 subscribers, £1 each, that's 500 grand a week. If they all followed him and if only half of them followed him, that's 250,000 a week. Now do you see why he's built up a fan base and built a big following? He's a very clever man. Very entertaining at times, but very clever man. And he's obvious, he pays a big team behind him as well, so it's not just him, he's not just a YouTuber. He's basically a production company. So, but I don't think he realises that that won't protect him if they get through all of this online safety bill, because they can go into websites as well. They can pull websites down for it, as far as I understand. Might be wrong, but if it says it's online safety bill, anything online, it covers. There's a thought. People like Hugo Talks and what have you that have got a big website, are they going to cop it? Only time will tell. But anyway, people, looking at the timer on here now, it's 5-6 minutes more than I normally do, but there's a lot to cover, and there's still a lot that I didn't bother with. So, but I will be watching today, catching up on a few things. I've had quite a peaceful weekend. Popped in on a call on Pap's channel on the live last night. It was good to see everybody in there. Yeah, a few more people there ringing in that needed someone, and again, Dan was there for them. Absolutely brilliant. And that's what the community is about over there, that it's full of caring people. But anyway, I've taken up enough time today, and I've wasted enough of mine. So until the next one, guys, as always, hope you enjoy what I do. To the newcomers, welcome. We're creeping up there slowly now, 1s and 2s, but they all count, and I'm grateful for them. But until we see each other again, as always, my respects to each and every one of you. Thank you for your support. Stay safe. Stay strong. Stay free from tyranny. And check out the links that I leave below in the description. You can watch, give them a like. If you like what they do, subscribe. Respects, guys.